Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Special guest today is Garett Sherman, the head women's basketball coach at New Mexico Highlands. And Garett, hey, thanks for coming on. And you got a busy week, but what a year! We were on the show a year ago, and what a difference a year makes.
Yes, sir. It's been quite the adventure.
Well, I tell you, what a great start. I was fortunate to let me come up to a couple practices before the beginning of the year, and I got to watch you practice, and I was really impressed with the talent that you brought in, and also with at that time even the chemistry that you had on your team, and I tell you, it shows right now you're 6-0, and by Fred Slow's stats that it's the first 6-0 start in the history of New Mexico Highlands women's basketball. What do you have to say about all that I just said?
Well, if it is in fact the best start, it's a compliment to the young ladies on this team, my assistant coaches, our administration. Like I said, I've only seen stats back to 2007. I haven't seen anything before that, but at the very least, it's the best start in 15 or so years. So it's a compliment either way, and we're just happy to be where we're at right now.
Well, let's just talk about some of the players you brought in, and then we'll talk about some of the players that you had from last year. But I would say that they're impact players. Deal, but starting with the point guard, you have make sure I say her name, Rachel Niles. I tell you what, she's like a general in the court. But I'd like to hear what your perspective of what she brings to the team.
Yeah, she's kind of the key to our car, so to say. Like, we've got a lot of good pieces, but Rachel's what makes everything go. You look at she's a grad student. She played 4 years at the Division I level for a championship team and started her last 2 years. So just her calming presence under pressure, her ability to get people in the right spot, the way she defends. She's just a crafty veteran, is what I call her. She's done a great job, and she's vital to everything that we've done thus far this season. She's just a great person and a great player.
Well, watching her on the court, it's like it's always great to have a coach on the court. She knows wherever person's what position they're supposed to be in, but she also does something that you want a point guard is she doesn't have to score all the time. She loves to pass the ball, and I think the last game that we did, she had 6 or 7 assists, and didn't score a lot, but during the week, but the previous weeks, she actually had some double-figure games too at the same time.
Yeah, she had 29 points and 7 threes, and then turns around the next game and yeah, I think has 6 or 7 assists and no points and some steals and some heady plays. She's everything you'd want in a point guard. I'll just say we're fortunate to have her, and we wish we would have her for more than just 1 year, but we're grateful for the year that we have her.
Another person you brought in, and I tell you, one I got my eyes going to practice was Delaney Harris, and to me, she just does so many things on defense and offense. It seems like she's always in the right place at the right time, and also has ability to score at the same time.
Yeah, truth be told, she's a Division I athlete, probably a Division I player that, in my mind at least, got under recruited. A lot of our girls that we have here, I feel like they were under recruited. But like her athleticism and her energy and her willingness to do all the little things, scoring's probably last on her list of things she likes to do. She loves to defend. She's a great rebounder. But she can also score. She's just so athletic around the basket, and can also shoot from the outside. She's another valuable we were able to add.
Well, another player, Kendall Parker. I think one thing that I love what you said. I think all the people you brought in, they can score, and that kind of shows in the stats and stuff. Any given night, somebody can have a career night, and that's a great problem to have for you to know that one of your five is going to have a career night almost every night, and so far it's been that way. But Kendall Parker is one that sometimes starts, but when she does come off the bench, she brings instant offense.
Yeah, she's really a kid. We recruited hard the year before, but she couldn't, take a visit because of COVID. It ended up heading somewhere else. And when we saw her in the transfer portal, we knew she was the kind of player that, we really wanted here on and off the court. She's a great student, great kid, comes from a great family, knows basketball. Her dad coached in the NBA as an assistant for the Dallas Mavericks for like 10 years. And you're right. She's instant offense. She can really shoot the ball, and she's got a knack for putting it in the basket.
Well, you recruited a local New Mexico player, and Julian Aragon, and I think anybody from New Mexico, from what she accomplished, Gatorade Player of the Year, and talk about that story about how you got her to come to New Mexico Highlands.
Okay, so Juliana's obviously a really good player, Gatorade Player of the Year. She's a workhorse in the gym. She's in the gym 7 days a week. So is Kendall Parker. So are a good many of our players. But as probably every school in New Mexico was, we were on Juliana from the moment we found out about her, and tried to establish a good connection with her. And her dad was her high school coach. I knew she was a Division I player. I kind of figured she would get a Division I offer at some point. That was kind of her goal. So she ended up getting, an offer, I believe, late by Northern Arizona, and accepted. And, she entered the transfer portal and gives me a call, and, said that this is where she wanted to go to school. And, I got to give a big thank you to Matt Abney as well. Her AAU coach was somebody that was instrumental in just keeping us in contact with Juliana throughout the year. And I know he had a lot of good things to say about what we're trying to build here. But, that's one we worked really hard for, and we thought we missed out on. And, for whatever reason, it didn't work out at Northern Arizona. And like I said, she entered the transfer portal, and I'm sure everybody went after her again. And, I think we're fortunate to have her. She's, as a freshman, you can't ask any more of, a player, a student, an athlete. I mean, she's the total package as a player, person, and student.
I tell you what, we're going to go to the Dream Style New Mexico Highlands highlights, top 10 plays of the week, and then we're going to come back and talk more about your personnel on your basketball team.
Sure.
Now brings the cross, high and down. To Garett, high and down. Garett finishes on the turnaround up. Rebound to the bounce. Goes to Coleman. Coleman in transition. In the left. Alley-oop. Oh, it's played in by Moses. Oh, that's the play. The ability. Tackle 3-on-2. Good look. No finish at the basket. Blue cleans it up. Clearing it out. Harris takes all the way around. Finishes at the basket and shows a bit of emotion. Sanchez with it. Finds Kalu. Good dunk.
That's what you've been waiting for all day.
Oh, Harris backdoor cut. Good finish.
Double fingers right there.
One plays it to Kalu. Sends it home and draws the foul. Spin. Oh, the finish, Steve! Jules Aragon!
That's a freshman right there.
TJ Sanchez
To elevate? Yes.
and he sends it home.
Dream style stucco, stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable, the perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
Hey, welcome back. Steve Davis Show. Special guest today is Garett Sherman, head women's basketball coach at New Mexico Highlands. And, you know, we just got through talking about Aragon, and now somebody that, a big person, something that, you know, you lost one, Baker, I think she left last year, but you replaced her with, and make sure I pronounce the name, Mongolia. Is that correct? Or close to that? Help me out there, Garett.
You're close.
Anyway, what a find! I mean, I guess you know you have an inside presence that is almost, you can almost depend on when she gets the ball down on the post that she's gonna make something good happen.
Yes, that's another one that Matt Abney, a coach here in the New Mexico area, runs an AAU program. Helped us out with, you know, we were working that transfer portal, and NASA ended up, she played at Sacramento State with Coach Abney's daughter. And that was kind of the end, the connection there. And then, you know, a couple phone conversations, and she committed before she even saw the place. It was just kind of, I think, we were what she was looking for, and she was definitely what we were looking for. She's a super talented kid. She's only a sophomore this year, and is very good and has a lot of room to get better.
Well, we have one more that you brought in, and that's Haygood, and another person on the court that's heady on the court, but she can shoot the ball, but she can also drive, and she has one of those instincts to find the ball. She can, you know, it's hard. It seems like she has a nose for the ball. The ball kind of goes her way as the game evolves.
Yeah, she can really shoot the ball. And like you said, she can do other things. She can put it on the floor, and you made a good point. You know, she's got a good nose for the ball. I think she's averaging like 7 or 8 rebounds a game, and she's only like 5'7". So she always ends up somewhere around the basketball. And, you know, for us, you know, we don't care if she takes 33s a game. We think she's going to make most of them. She's an incredible shooter.
Well, and then last year you had Scott. I'll just say Scott because I kind of butchered the first part of it. And another shooter, another rebounder, another post player. So basically you have a little bit, you have versatility in your lineup with Scott and Mongolia.
Yeah, Asia, she's battled through injuries. You know, she was injured a decent amount during her freshman year. She's battled some injuries early on this year. She's a super tough kid, super talented. And if she can stay healthy for us, she can definitely be an impact player for sure.
Well, and you have players that you had last year, and you have, I think, Michelle Martinez, and speak on her a little bit. But what I've enjoyed, and even in speaking with you, is the chemistry of this team and all these young women. What great personalities! It's fun for me because last year I was kind of shy, and I just didn't really. I haven't been around women and talked women's basketball, but now I've got a little rapport with all the players, and it's. I just wanted to thank you and your program for having great student athletes that represent themselves for you and themselves very well.
Well, we really appreciate that, and we love having you down here any chance you get. So it's anytime we can put a spotlight on our student athletes, it's a great thing for our program, our university, and it's good for them as well. And this is, I guess, my third year here, but maybe technically only second because the first year was the COVID deal where we couldn't play and all that. So to kind of get the roster where we're comfortable with it, we're pretty close right now, and we've got a whole like a team that just gets along, and they're pretty much all like-minded, and I think it shows on the basketball court how well they play together.
And another player that you had, Jessica Espinoza. I mean, it's fun to watch them in practice and the way they gel. But these people it's hard sometimes when you bring in players and they're not getting to start or play as much. But everybody seemed to me, and this is just me looking outside, that everybody's accepted their role, and that's a good job from the coaching staff.
Well, yeah, you mentioned Michaela Martinez. She's somebody that's earning more minutes for us this year. She's, completely selfless. She's always going to defend. She's always going to rebound, knock down open shots. Whether she gets 5 minutes a game or 15, 20, she's the same. She's the same kid. Jessica's another one like that. Emily Burke. Every player we have on our team, you can hear them, on the bench cheering for one another, whether it's a starter that's out of the game or, someone that comes off the bench going into the game. Like, it's a fun atmosphere to be in. It's, not always an easy thing to try to create, but, I think it's more about, the student athletes that we brought in and their mindset.
And I don't want to forget Caseball, Coronado Caseball, and she got to play on Saturday and hit some threes, and it was exciting for me because last year she was one of the ones would come up and talk to me a little bit. So it's always special to see somebody that works hard and then gets into a game, and it just makes it harder for you when they do perform well during these games.
Yeah, Z's got all the potential and talent in the world. She could easily be a starter for us or a lot of other teams in this conference. She just needs to keep working hard and keep her confidence. And like you said, last game she did really well, and she's always a super personable, person to be around. And it doesn't surprise me that she came up and talked to you. I think Z probably knows more people in Las Vegas than you and me combined.
Well, that doesn't say a lot, but I can see that very well. But then also, I don't want to forget somebody that's special in my heart for playing at West Mesa, winning a state championship, and Rivas, and she's dealing with a shoulder surgery, but she's there every time I go to practice and every time I go to a game. She's there supporting you and the team.
Yeah, Maya's a super tough kid. She played all last year with an injury, and I think it just got to the point where it was, sort of affecting her daily life. And I'm glad she decided to get surgery. It was the best thing for her. We wish she was here, playing this year. She'd obviously add somebody else that could really help us out. But, she's, like you said, she's at practice every day. She's talking to people on the side and helping as much as she can. We've sort of made her our honorary assistant coach for this year, and I think she's taken that role on pretty well.
Well, we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about your hire of your new assistant and what she's brought to New Mexico Highlands women's basketball.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. We got a special guest today is Garett Sherman, 6-0 at the University of New Mexico Highlands and women's basketball. And Garett, you half the season last year you didn't have an assistant. This year you hire, make sure I say it, Lindsay Faring, and what a great accomplishment. Y'all work very well, great hand in hand in practice and also during the games. And just talk about her for a few minutes.
Well, I got our athletic director, Andrew Ealing, and our associate athletic director, Shanna. They kind of helped me in the assistant, search for an assistant coach. Our associate AD has known Lindsay for a long time. I think they're actually best friends. And I knew Lindsay from coaching in a junior college in Wyoming. I was a head coach at a school in the conference, Region 9, and she was an assistant coach at another, really good junior college team. And kind of got to know her a little bit, through coaching at the junior college level in Wyoming. And the players really like her. The thing I like about her is she's got junior college experience. And, I'm a JUCO guy. I spent 10 years coaching junior college basketball. And people that have coached at the junior college level aren't afraid to get their hands dirty, so to speak. You've got to wear so many different hats at the junior college level to make your program go and to make it work. And I think that experience has really helped her, here at our level. She gets involved in everything, and she's done a really nice job. And like I said, she's not afraid to spend extra hours, in the gym and that kind of stuff. It's, you can tell she really enjoys being a coach.
I'll tell you what, we got some highlights here and put some highlights together, some deals. So I guess now you're going to be Fred Slow for a little bit and be a little bit of play-by-play action here, and we'll talk about these highlights, these clips.
I'm talking about them?
Oh, yes. We got to put you on the spot. So that was Delaney Harris in a nice 3.
Those are big shoes to fill there with Fred Slow. I don't know if I can do this.
Well, I didn't want to put myself in that spot, so I had to let you do it. So.
Okay, well. That was Delaney Harris with a little putback there after a 3. Got a drive on the baseline by Juliana 3 by Kendall. Juliana's got great court vision. There we're getting them the big Mesa. She finishes well. Some good ball movement there. Rachel Niles with a 3. Juliana off a pick and roll backdoor Delaney Harris. That's a nice look there by Juliana. And then a crafty move by Juliana. She's really doing well this year as a freshman. She's so crafty, finishes at different angles. Looks like a little clear out here for Delaney. Tough to guard.
She brings a little emotion to it, so.
Yeah, I love that. And there's an extra pass. That's what Delaney could have turned around and shot that ball, but she made the extra pass there to Christina.
And there's Scott makes a move. There you go. I guess that shows the victory right there of a final game, and I tell you, it's exciting to watch your team. I mean, last year it was, because you were bringing your program into existence, and you had a lot of COVID incidents and things you went through so many elements just to be able to put a team on the court and to see the energy that these young women bring to this to the game is very exciting for me.
Yeah, it's all about the players. If you've got good players that work really hard, makes you look like a pretty good coach. All we try to do is put them in positions to be successful, but everything that happens out there on the court it's because of the hard work they've put in and their desire to want to work with one another. I'm fortunate to be the one to kind of point them in the right direction every now and then.
Well, you got your work cut out. I think Friday and Saturday you go on the road. So speak on that for a few seconds or a few minutes about the preseason is over. Now it's all these games really count for if you want to move forward in the tournament.
Yeah, we're certainly ecstatic about being 6-0 in the before our conference play, but those games don't really help us much now. Our goal is to make the playoffs. We're hoping we can make the playoffs this year. And there's no easy games in the RMAC. Colorado, I think, is better than last year. They're very big. They got a lot of girls that post up, which is going to present a problem for us. We've got to figure out, how we're going to handle their size. And then Shadron has added some players as well, specifically some post players that I think are pretty good. And so, both games are going to be tough. I keep telling our players that all our conference games, for the most part, are going to be 10 points one way or another. And so we've got to figure out how to be the one winning those games on the +10 side.
Well, Garett, I want to wake up Saturday morning. I wake up early. I think you got a text from me, but I wake up. I want to see a win on Saturday morning. No pressure at all, but it's fun for me to have something to look forward on Saturday morning and also Sunday morning to see. That's the first thing I look to see if you won the game and look at the stats of all the girls. But I want to thank you for coming on the Steve Davis Show and good luck for the rest of the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Steve.